Good morning, everybody. Dr. Kogan, driving to work. I haven't posted anything in a couple of weeks. I think it's representative of a time of transition. We're entering middle of the fall. I am absolutely enjoying the view of the transitions of colors here near Harper's Ferry. Colors are absolutely magnificent. The days get a little bit longer, a little bit shorter. The nights get a little bit longer. I think the body naturally wants to rest more and maybe sleep a bit more. So I decided to make this video partially as a follow-up for my last one, where I talked about meditating on death and some of my experiences I've had and the subsequent cleansing spree that led me to pack up some of my clothes to donate and just kind of letting go of some of the things that maybe need to be letting go of on external level, and the same trying to manifest on an internal level. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. So it's a slower time, it's more paced time, it's time to, I think, go a little bit deeper and have more inner experiences, preparing for the transition to winter, preparing for deeper cleanse, so to speak. And on a physical level of health, I think it's important to also recognize that our body's naturally gonna crave a bit more of the warmth. So I think foods that are a bit more warmer, foods that are easier to assimilate, maybe cook those vegetables more and not necessarily take a lot of roughage, maybe decrease amount of cold water you're drinking and substitute for some warm herbal teas. So I think those are some very simple, basic things that beginning to be important during this time. And on a more mental plane, I think it's essential to see what needs to be finished before the winter, so to speak. If there are projects you want to finish, if there are things that naturally fall in pace of completion, then recognize that and honor that. I think it's also in all the traditions. This is also a time to honor ancestors and to honor those who passed. Yom Kippur passed a couple of weeks ago. Halloween is coming, and Day of the Dead. Actually, in the clinic, around the Halloween every year, we celebrate those patients who passed. And so next Wednesday, not this Wednesday, the following Wednesday, which would be November 2nd, we will celebrate all those who passed under our care this past year. And I think on a deeper spiritual level, it's also a wonderful time to have deeper meditative experiences on importance of transitions and cleansing the soul, so to speak, for the whatever coming next year in the spring, for the new growth, for the new opportunities. And letting go of lots of things, relationships, maybe not physical relationships you have, but the relationships to your own patterns, relationships to your own thoughts, to your own to your own emotional attachments that no longer serving you. I think that would be the time. If I were to name this season in terms of what kind of element that would be, and I'm not talking about Chinese medicine level of elements, I'm talking about a little bit more esoteric. I think this is a kind of a transition from fire to air. The fire is a kind of during the summer, and the air is kind of an unpredictable element that moves in different ways, and naturally it's an inclination for us to cleanse our cognitive, our mental plane, to free space for new things to come. And I think if you are the one who's craving this deeper, meaningful spiritual experiences, I think finding space in life for personal retreat, or it could be maybe a group retreat, it doesn't matter, but identifying those opportunities wherever they present themselves, and give yourself time to go deeper, to not just enhance the practices you're doing, but really give them more time, give them more space in your life. On my personal level, we have a healing retreat coming up, Sufi healing retreat this week, actually. It's starting on Thursday. It's a virtual event that's going to take only a couple hours per day. I'm quite looking forward to it. I think I personally have been craving this slower, deeper meditative time that's concentrated. So this is one other thing. You can do practices in a short bursts, which is very important, I think, for health, for physiology, for balance. But then there's also space for these deeper retreats, which I feel everybody must have. And this is not just for esoteric spiritual reasons. I think the retreat is where our capacity to recognize what we need to do for our health, where we recognize our soul's earning and our own deeper patterns. It lets us to find the new ways forward a lot better than if you do a short, brief practice every day. Now, that's not one or the other. I mean, it's both, of course, but I'm talking about particularly in the fall. I think the value of the retreats on the time of transition, on the time of letting go of old patterns and concentrating on preparing, so to speak, for what comes next. It's as Rumi will put it as clear your house for whatever comes, even if it's crowds of sorrows, let them all in. So in order to let them all in, we have to have that capacity. We have to have enough space in our own hearts to allow these new experiences to be. And sorry I was a little bit absent. I'm gonna catch up. There's gonna be some minor changes. I'm gonna be hiring someone to help me with the editing of the videos and make them look a little bit more professional, I guess, in upcoming weeks. And I'm also going to be kind of giving you a little bit of heads up about some of the upcoming themes. So one of the upcoming themes is going to be use of psilocybin for Alzheimer's disease. There's a clinical trial at Johns Hopkins, and I'm going to be interviewing the primary investigator of this trial. And also I'm going to show you some of the other videos on the practical use of some vitamins. So stay tuned, and see you soon. Bye.